able pretty much to hold that USA attack for the best part of 2 chukkers. USA getting back to it in the last couple though, so off the back, it's Mike Azzaro, but Marcus Araja, he's so quick to the ball, dives in and takes it himself. Now he'll go to the boards with this, bounce it off. He gets the next shot. Nobody can come down that line. But it hits a pony's foot, picked up there by Mason Rowe, but he's called to leave it there by Jeff Hall. Jeff Hall cuts the ball and drops it down in front of goal. It's going to be Ambrosio first to it. No, it's not. He hasn't picked it up. Araja's in there. So is Santi Sonades, and player down and a whistle. So I think he's just been winded. Fortunately, he's moving, but it's Mike Azzaro, I think, who's... No, it's Jeff Hall who's come down. Let's just see what happens here. And he's crashed into his own man, actually. So, unfortunate one, so that's a pretty hard hit. So, unfortunate that in this very exciting game of polo we've had a man down. So we'll, paramedics will just check on, he was moving, so hopefully. It is Mike Azzaro who's down, so hopefully he's okay. Saw there too, and he just got bounced out. I don't think he got kicked at all. Hopefully it's just winded him. But a vital cog in the wheel for this USA team, so I doubt they've got a replacement. We'd have to bring on another 7-goaler. So, concerned faces in the, that's the VIP box. Still about 6.5 minutes to go in this chukker, so we only just started it. I mentioned before, that's why the rules of polo are so strictly adhered to, and why you do see a lot of penalties in some games. That if somebody loses concentration and just comes across the line and gets caught up with another horse, it can be very rough. So we'll just return once we get some news on. Here's a great neck shot. And the little dribble that just went wide of the post. Mike Azzaro digging the ball out of the boards and getting the foul. Chris Campson coming through now. And this was Mason Rowe, hooked out of the play, but it was left sitting there for Mike Azzaro, and well, that's good news. He's on his feet, and Great news, actually. But he's probably a bit battered and bruised, so we'll just wait and see what the match officials decide. The polo operations manager, Derek Reed, in the driver's seat of the buggy. We'll take him back off the field, so we'll just show you a few highlights until we get some news about the continuation of this game. If he can't play, they'll have to substitute him with somebody of the same goal rating or less. They can come from any team as long as the other captains agree, and I'm sure they will. So I think they'll probably already been starting to chase up another 7-goaler. Yep. We're still on air. Well, fortunately, Mike Azzaro is on his feet. We're just trying to get some news on how badly he might have been injured, but he could have, if he's cracked a rib or anything that they think might be serious, he obviously won't be allowed to come back on the field. In that case, one of the other players from the tournament will be offered as a substitute from either the Hong Kong team or the England team. Some of them have actually gone home, so it may be that a player of lesser rating will have to be substituted. What you can't do is put one obviously of a higher rating in. Mike Azzaro now playing off 7 goals, so the replacement will have to be rated 7 goals or less, and he can come in and play in place of Mike Azzaro. So once we know what the score is with his condition and the availability of a substitute, we'll let you know. Unfortunate thing to happen, just only about 10 minutes of polo left in this game. Well, 13 or 14 minutes, but and it was it had got to a very, very exciting stage, but I think he might have just looking at the shots down there, that he might have got a cut to his head. But, it's a question when he hit the ground whether he did any damage to his joints or his ribs, because he came down quite hard. He'd been absolutely bounced out of the saddle. Fortunately, the horses involved in that, no damage to them. Here's the man, Mike Azzaro. He's had the fall. So you see the scene there down at the players' rooms. See James Byam, one of the English players there. John Fisher from Hong Kong. But this looks like Mike Azzaro coming out to put his gloves back on, so that's good news. Great news. Mike Azzaro took a very heavy fall. Whatever damage was done, they appear to have patched up. The paramedics have cleared him as okay to get back on the horse. And so so he'll come back into it, and he's a very, very experienced player, having been on 10 goals. He was on 10 goals by the time he was 25, which is not many American players. We now see quite a lot of Argentinian players making it through to 10 goals, but not many American players get that far, and he was there for 15 years until 1938. So he's got a fresh horse. That one probably will get checked out. It's got a big bump. So we're in the fifth chukker. We've got 6.5 minutes to go. It's 7 goals to 5 in favour of Argentina. And I think I'll go down to the end of the field there, and we'll see a throw in towards the sideline at the point the accident occurred. Loves playing for his country, Mike Azzaro. Loves putting on that United States shirt, so it would have taken something pretty drastic to cause him not to come back on the field. And obviously it wasn't drastic enough, because here he is. So well done, Mike Azzaro, and we'll shortly see them line up right down in the attacking end of the field from the USA point of view. So 7-5 the score, and Mike Azzaro just had practicing a few hits there, and he seems to be okay. Can't obviously find any twinges. He's got a big strap on his leg, so obviously that got some damage. I thought they were doing something to his head, but he may have got a bit of a nosebleed or something from when he hit the ground. Anyway, he's been passed fit to play. He wants to play, so he's back on the field. So umpire Peter Wright puts the ball in. It comes out amongst the number 2s, backed out there by Marcus Araja. Araja shot picked up by Ambrosio. Ambrosio shot, and the whistle blows. So we'll just see again now. Araja's backhand shot was heading out towards the sideline. Ambrosio appeared to have room to make that shot. Let's see. Well, no, he turned the pony when he was coming through, and often you do that on a near side backhand. You pull the pony's head across, and a man coming up the line, you've got to keep out of his way. So it'll go back for a penalty 3, a hit from 40 yards. Jeff Hall just teeing it up. Whether Mike Azzaro will take the hit or Jeff. Probably Jeff Hall, I think, because he would be teeing it up in the position he likes to take a penalty. Some players like to use a used ball because it has a couple of flatter surfaces on it. Polo balls originally made from the root of the willow tree and turned on a lathe, but now they're mostly synthetic composite, about the same weight as a wooden one. So Jeff Hall is not going to canter in. He's going to walk into this, looks up, plays the ball forward. This one's going through. That's a good penalty for them. So 7 goals to 6 the score now, and USA getting down to that attack, and they've managed to convert into a goal this time. So this becomes an interesting game now. 7 goals to 6. 1 goal is certainly not enough for Argentina to think that they can play negatively at all. Not in their nature to do so anyway, but it will be Chris Campson takes the ball for USA, backs it, picked up there by Mike Azzaro. Azzaro's called to leave it by Jeff Hall, who drives it through, looking now for his number 1, Mason Rowe. Not going to get to him. In comes Mike Azzaro and Raul Laplacette, but that's an interesting bump going on. Anyway, finally, once again, Azzaro gets the backhand shot. Turned around there by Araja. Araja's shot covered by Ambrosio. Ambrosio's backhand picked up by Laplacette. Laplacette takes it out towards the sideline. Now, Sandy Sardanis is going to bring the ball up along the line. Now he pushes the player out of the way. Leaves it there for Laplacette to try and set things up. They're setting it down a bit now. Goes up along the right-hand side of the field. Next to it is going to be Sonatas. Sonatas goes on the near side, can't get it. Backhand shot there by Mike Azzaro. Pops the ball up in front of Laplacette. He's hooked out of the play though. So next one to it is Ambrosio. He goes right around, but it's left there for Araja. Araja coming through now, beats the hook, brings it down towards the goal. This looking dangerous for the USA, but he doesn't quite get the shot here. Backed out there by Chris Campson. Campson takes it forward. It bounces off a pony, goes out towards the side once again. Mike Azzaro's in there, but finally stolen by Araja. Araja's shot is covered by Jeff Hall, who hits the ball on the near side, goes to the back line. That might be a penalty 6. So the ball going over the back line by the defending player. We had an example of that earlier in the day, but this time it's way out to the right. So the Argentine side will get a free hit at 60 yards, but it's a long way out to the left, so probably increase it from 60 yards to maybe 75 or 80 yards in a direct line, and also the goals from that angle look quite a bit narrower. So and the Laplacette's got 2 balls on the ground there, so pick the one he wants. He and Ambrosio having a bit of a discussion. There'll probably be, we'll wait and see, but I see Marcus Araja has taken the right-hand post, I think. No, he's going across the left. So what they'll try and do is trap the ball. If it looks like it's going out to the side, those 2 players can camp on the goalpost and try and trap it. The defending side can come out through the goal mouth. So he's got 16 ponies' legs and 4 polo sticks to get it past, so putting it in the air makes sense. It's a beautiful still day today, so not a lot of wind. So probably lofting the ball makes sense, but from out there, it's hard to keep it really going straight once it spins and gets in the air. But he's put it up. Oh, he's got a bit of height on it, but it's gone to the right. So USA breathe a sigh of relief, and they will hit in from the back line. 1 goal the difference, 7-6 to Argentina. We've still got half this chukker to go and then another one. So Mike Azzaro puts the ball out towards the sideline. Chris Campson comes in. Doesn't quite get the shot he'd like there, so it's left there for Marcus Araja to steal the ball for Argentina. He takes it down, but he doesn't get the next shot in. Picked up by Ambrosio. Ambrosio's shot there up to Jeff Hall. Jeff Hall can't get it, but Mason can. Mason Rowe can, and finally Chris Campson belts it out over the sideline because he'd like to see his teammates get back together in one place. So Chris Campson puts the ball in. It's trapped by Jeff Hall. Ooh, wait a minute, there's another ball on the ground. There's umpires are blowing the whistle anyway. Wait and see what they're. And umpire Cody Forsyth coming in there and I think laying down the law a bit on. The players are not actually allowed to talk back to the umpire. They've got to accept the decision. And So the ball's being lined up. Mike Azzaro noticing that there was still that extra ball on the field over on the sideline. So Cody Forsyth says, no, we won't have it on the field. I'll go and get it. And then we'll see a throw in towards the sideline. So there's no penalty being awarded. The players have called up play. Maybe, I'm not sure what the exact reason for that is. Maybe they couldn't agree that a penalty had occurred, or maybe it's because there were two balls on the field. But anyway, it's no territorial advantage, but Argentina eventually getting possession. Now the whistle blows for a penalty. And it's been the story of this game. Because these teams marking one another so close, the minute anybody seems to get possession of the ball and start moving up the field, a man clamps on him. So Argentina are trying to push that ball down towards the goal. Looks like they've come across the line. A penalty 5 hit on the spot. Argentina have to go back 30 yards. USA can set their forward players up. Campson's coming out to the left. And Mike Azzaro takes it out to the right. Mike Azzaro takes it to the left. Jeff Hall tries to push it forward. Araja's backhand shot curls it under the pony's tail. Hall's coming up now. He's the next one to it. No, Sedanis gets it, but picked up by Chris Campson. Campson, long, strong shot now. Now, Mason Rowe gets the pony going now. Gets 2 or 3 lengths clear. Or he doesn't get the angle he'd like on that one. He hits it straight down the field. It goes over the back line, and that's a let-off for Argentina. So USA back on the attack. They're trailing by a goal. Argentina 7, USA 6. So Juan Ambrosio just comes in, marks the line. He's gone left. Laplacette goes right. Marcos Araja's out to the right, but he will watch the ball go over the sideline. So still Argentina in the defensive zone. In it goes. Whistle blows. So we'll just, I think Argentina pretty confident about the way that one's going. Coming off those throw-ins, line-outs. Ball comes out. We'll just wait and see here now. It's turned. Mike Azzaro gets the ball, but it bounces awkwardly now. And he's turned again into the face of the other players coming through on the old line. And that's not allowed. So it's a penalty 5 hit on the spot. Again, it's not, it wasn't one at speed or in a very dangerous situation, but it is quite obviously turning his horse across the old line of the ball. And Argentina get a free hit from just on the 60-yard line. So they've got about 140 yards to go to get to the other goal. So Raul Laplacette takes the hit in, brings it down over the halfway line, right up to Marcos Araja, but he's called to leave it now by Ambrosio, who now Laplacette gives him a nice lead into goal. Ambrosio brings it up for him, but coming across there was Mason Rowe, and he kept Laplacette out of the way, watched the ball roll over the back line. So still no score. I said very close marking. Nobody getting these hits around the goal that you'd normally see. There's a player out there marking the whole time. The back end of both of these teams has been very, very sound in defence. So Mike Azzaro brings the ball up over the 30-yard line, up over the 40-yard mark. And just keeping it going up to the 60. Another little tap shot now. It looks like Santi Sedanis is going to come in, so Mike Azzaro will take him out of the way. Jeff Hall's shot doesn't get where he likes. But, and, well, that's going to be an interesting one. Jeff Hall turned. Laplacette was coming down what he perceived to be the old line. If the umpires agree, that will be a hit to Argentina. But They don't. They don't agree that it was Argentina who had the line. It's Jeff Hall turned his pony quickly, got onto the line, and then came in and got pushed off by La Placette, and they said he was coming in at an angle. So 7-6, fifth chukker, 50 seconds left when he hits this ball. There it goes, down the field, goes over the 60-yard line now, back in defence. La Placette will just tickle a backhand into centre field. It's up to Juan Ambrosio, who reads it beautifully. Jeff Hall will try and go through with him. Ambrosio's got a bit of speed up, so is Sonatas up the front. Mike Azzaro's read the defensive pattern, and he's got Sonatas pretty well covered. He pops the ball over the sideline. No, doesn't it? Bounces back in, hits the board. So Marcus Araja now with possession of the ball out on the right-hand side. Goes down for the near side shot. See how closely this is playing. There's 6 players all within almost hitting distance of this ball. Up to Jeff Hall. Jeff Hall hooked out of it, taken there by La Placette. La Placette's shot met there by, well, it hits a pony and now picked up by Mike Azzaro. Mike Azzaro's shot up to Santi Bernardes. Bernardes tries to play the ball forward. There goes the bell. 30 seconds left if they can keep this ball alive. La Placette drives the ball down towards the goal. This is looking as if it's going to go wide, and it does. And so it remains at the end of the 5th chukker, just 1 goal the difference. What a final we're seeing here of the Super Nations Cup 2012. Argentina 7. Look at this shot here from La Placette. He looked to have the angle right. It seemed to be drifting to the post, and then it just slowed down and lost its momentum and went out to the right. So, and look at the horses. They've sweated up here. So they've had to do a lot of work. So USA 6, Argentina 7 in a classic 24-goal tussle. Very, very exciting polo.